Hi, everyone. It's Bari. I am so happy to be with you today. To all you beautiful love seekers, those of you wanting to find your soulmate. So today, I want to talk with you about a topic that is really important and really affects our ability to find love. So here's the question I'm going to pose to you. Do you have dating blind spots? Do you think that you do? Anita. Welcome, Anita. And because these dating blind spots really do affect everything. So who here thinks they have a dating blind spot around dating, relationships? Yeah. So here's the deal. If you're not with your beloved, your soulmate, your dream person, then yes, you have dating blind spots. And so who here is ready to hear about them and to change it up, right? What are blind spots to begin with? Blind spots are things about yourself that are hidden from your view. It's like you think maybe you have them, but then you say, no, I don't have a blind spot about that. It's not me. It's definitely outside myself. But that's why they're called blind spots, because you look in the rear view mirror and you don't see that blind spot. So today, I want to have a real conversation with you about what these blind spots are, how they're affecting you, and what really needs to happen. So one of our dating blind spots has to do with thinking that I'm a good person, so I should just naturally attract my love. I should just get out there and find my person. That is a dating blind spot. First of all, being a good person has nothing to do with the ability to find your right person. What else in life do we say? Oh, I'm a good person. That'll help me pass the bar exam. I'm a good person. I'm going to lose 30 pounds, right? But it's so counterintuitive, isn't it? Think about that. I'm a good person. I'm a giving person. So naturally, God will reward me. Blind spot. Why? So sometimes within ourselves, we have stories. We have a way that we see ourselves that is always from the past. Hi, Elise. Welcome. And these stories are totally and completely from our unresolved core wounds. So how does this play out? So the blind spot is, oh, no, I'm worthy of love. I'm a good person. It'll work itself out. I've been to therapy and all this has worked out. So my dating situation has to do with the dating sites, or it's not on the cards for me, or it would have been easier 20 years ago. But that's all not true. Because if it were true, the 20-year ago thing, you would have already been with your soulmate, right? So that too is a blind spot. So the truth is that no one trains us, right? Who feels trained and prepared to go out there and find love? Like none of us. Why? We don't learn it in childhood, right? Half our parents are divorced. Half of them are in dysfunctional marriages. And then we hear all different kinds of messages from society, from the media. You don't need a man. All of these things. All of this really does repel love. Because I'm good. But underneath, we question our worthiness. And if we question our worthiness, and that is very real, then we're not attracting or bringing in what we really want and need. So right there, that is a blind spot, that finding love is not about being good. What is finding love really about? It's about being congruent. It's about being ready. So it's not just like the law of attraction where I'm going to, just pray about it or meditate. And at the right time, it'll just work itself out. I've been doing this work for more than 12 years and more than 20 years on transformation. there is so much more to the law of attraction than just being good. And when we have blocks and stories from the past, any way you slice it and dice it, you know, we're all made up of energy. And if our energy deep down is like, I'm not worthy, or I don't need a man, or I'm afraid of abandonment, I don't want to be hurt again, these things are blind spots. Who is ready to learn and learn how to let them go? If you are, then we're talking. Then we're talking. So thinking you're a good person is a blind spot. Thinking that there's something wrong with you also, and going back and forth between I'm fine, I'm not fine, is also part of the same conversation. Okay, so another blind spot is thinking that love isn't for everyone. That there are some people that it's just not in the cards for. That too is a blind spot. Because trust me, healthy love is your birthright. If you're a human being, then you were born to give love and to receive love. Again, but we don't learn how. We don't feel ready. We start to date from the very beginning, and we date non-starters. And we wish and we hope it's going to work out, and then it doesn't. So that's a blind spot. Thinking it's not in the card. It is. But just like anything else, we have to be in readiness, in congruence. We have to believe, because if you don't believe something is possible, but you're doing the motions, you're going through the motions. So let's imagine you're beautiful, you're out, you're dating, you're doing all these things, and you think it's going to just work out. Well, it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't, again, is because of these blind spots, this misalignment of the fear of success. It hasn't worked in the past. I have this history. It didn't work for my parents. So can you see, like, you're going through the motions, but there's really no possibility because we're not open. We don't believe, and we have no idea really how to get into alignment. So another dating blind spot is thinking that because we love personal growth, we've been to therapy, you study energy, and things are so much better than they were. To that I say, where's your person? Where's your love? Right? So really, it's about, again, instead of being in your head and hanging around things like, you know, seminars, rah, woo, I'm all motivated, or energy healing, right? We do energy healing, or we do past life regression. I did all of those things, and I continued to date narcissists, right? For years I did it. And I was really very into personal growth. I started therapy at 12 years old. So I knew at 20, when I was dating a closet drug addict, like what codependency was, about being a love junkie. But what good was it if I did not know how to get out of my own way, and how to open up, and how to change my perspective about myself? I did some of the greatest seminars with narcissists, right? So we have to laugh about it. So being around the good stuff doesn't provide a real embodiment and the ability to receive. Because let's talk a minute about healthy love. What is it? Healthy love flows, right? It's not chemical attraction or I had a good time. It's not about that. Healthy love is the depth of an emotional connection rooted in empathy and compassion. It's such a deep caring for each other. And it's made up of two people who are conscious, meaning they both are able to enter a committed relationship with these qualities: empathy, compassion, brain resonance, a clear vision, like prepared, like, I just worked out. So like, if you're gonna have a workout plan, you got to be committed to it. You got to be ready. You can't like lift 50 pounds before you do your warm up, before you have learned the basics, right? We have to. So the same thing with love. But so often with love, what happens is we date people who are emotionally unavailable unknowingly, because we, on some level, are emotionally unavailable ourselves. So what we want to really do is be really open and clear with language, with a plan, to be able to receive. If not, we're trying to date and it feels scary. It feels like I'm going to get hurt again. It feels like, I don't know. It's on the cards for me. But I want you to know it is in the cards for you. It's in the cards for all human beings. But again, so transformation looks like, okay, I am ready for love. And you marry someone who is also commitment oriented, who is able to be a great partner, who shares your vision, your values, and your goals. But that could only happen when there is massive congruence. And that happens when we date and marry people who are a secure attachment style versus when we're stuck, we're either needy or avoidant, right? So that's a whole other training. But I want you to know that being around personal growth is not an embodiment, and that's a blind spot, right? So really, finding love is a very sweet process, but it can be scary for us, because when we've never experienced healthy love, then we worry we're going to lose it. Is it real? But when you switch to another paradigm where you believe in something you've never had, where you're able to be truly vulnerable, right? And stop thinking, oh, I'm good, or God's going to save me and send me the person because I'm good. You got to let that go. That's like kind of fairy tale stuff. And life just doesn't work that way. Nothing really works that way. And third, to understand that we all have core wounds, right? And that's nobody's fault. It's just the human condition. But if those core wounds are not resolved, or they're just analyzed or just understood intellectually, there's no future, right? There's no possibility, because when we have a fear of abandonment, or we at any level feel unworthy, we attract people who abandon us, who make us feel unworthy. And this is a generational cycle. It's a pattern. And so then we need to have an understanding, a brand new blank slate understanding about the future, about who I am and what I really need in a relationship. If not, you're dating like, oh, I had a good time. He was nice, but I don't know. So how are you going to do that? Can you build a house that way? No. We need a blueprint. We need an understanding, right? And lastly, instead of, oh, it'll happen when it happens, or I'm going to open it up and I'm going to date everyone or anyone because people say I'm too picky. You're not picky. You just have blind spots. So when you understand how to not just sit around and wait for it to happen when it happens, and you understand how to create a dating plan that is an invitation to only the right people, wowza, then you're in the driver's seat. Then it's so fun. Instead of like the way you've been feeling, you're empowered. You're a creator. And it's a vast departure from what you're learning out there, which is get more second dates, get inside the minds of men. Don't tell them you're marriage minded. You'll scare them off. All these things are like just bankrupt if you really want a deep emotional lifetime connection with a soulmate. So if you are that person, if you really do, Jennifer Louise, welcome. Jennifer Louise found her love. She's living her life with her soulmate in the UK. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for all of you to have what you want, because it is really waiting for you. But we need to get like into alignment. We need to get into alignment. And when you do, there's nothing like it. I was a love junkie, codependent. I had no idea what I was doing. And now look, I'm married 19 years next week to my soulmate. Helped, nearly 1,000 people to find theirs. But there is a construct. There is a container that it could happen really quickly because you're doing the right work. You're thinking differently. You have a new understanding. You're on the other side of your blind spots. And you're being a creator. So I'm looking for 5 women, 5 people who are ready to step out of the old ways, the old suffering, the I had a good time, it's not in the cards for me, right? Who want to have success and really experience. You deserve, guys. You deserve to have someone to be with you for a lifetime, to build a life, someone you can love and cry with and feel inspired by and be deeply attracted to. This whole thing, like, the nice guys I'm not attracted to, let's eradicate that. You will be very attracted to your person. Jennifer, how attracted are you to your beloved? Right? How attracted, right? These are soulmate relationships, and it's so beautiful. So if you are one of the 5 that wants to transform, that wants to make your life really happen the way you want it, in just a few months, then shoot me a DM and let me know that you're in. Shoot me a DM that says soulmate. and we'll get back to you and really make it happen. So the last thing I want to say is that I really appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for being in the group and for being so committed to really have love in your life, because it's only in the context of a healthy relationship, not just any relationship, but a healthy, growing relationship where there's brain resonance, that we can actualize our greatest potential together. So that's it for me. If you guys have questions, feel free to DM them or put them in the comments. If you want to be one of the 5, DM me soulmate. And thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. And I will see you next week for our next training on finding healthy, conscious love. All right, bye, guys.